Hello, my YouTube friends and family. I'm talking about the key to length retention is low manipulation, protective styles for natural hair if you're maintaining and caring for your natural hair. Out of all the things that I've noticed, irregardless of particular routines or products used, the most beneficial thing I've ever noticed was the low manipulation. I've noticed it with people who wear braids, sets of braids back to back, even if they haven't used wide tooth combs, even if they didn't use the best shampoos or products for their hair. If they only had to detangle their hair every 2 or 3 months because they were wearing these back-to-back braids, they seem to retain length. As well as people who have locks who don't use combs or brushes on their locks at all, I've seen them maintain long, beautiful locks as well. And those with loose natural hair, I've seen them maintain length by using 2-strand twists and box braids and cornrow styles, and doing these braided or twisted styles back to back seem to help them to retain length because they only had to detangle their hair maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. Some people went even longer. They didn't detangle their hair for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So I think that the infrequency of them having to manipulate their hair, especially through combing, is what caused them to help retain the length, irregardless of products or even other methods of caring for the hair. And so now I understand the full key is really low manipulation. That's the real secret weapon in maintaining loose natural hair. One of the things that I realized is some ways to maximize low manipulation. So once you understand that low manipulation is the key, how can you maximize it? Well, the way that I maximize it is I take, number one, I am doing what I call pseudo locks, where I have set my hair in a style of box braids and set a grid and put my hair in some box braids, and I'm going to maintain the same set of braids for an entire year. And what I mean is that I'm not going to deal with my hair out loose. I'm not going to take all of these braids down and have my hair loose and rebraid it. What I'm going to do is rebraid one braid at a time, only working with one section at a time. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm taking the comb out of the equation. When I detangle my hair, and I'm going to just show you, I'm just going to simply take this braid loose with my fingers. I don't need a comb. Also, I recommend that you do braids that are large enough that you can take them down with ease. If you do your braids somewhere where it's small enough to still style and small enough to be versatile, but large enough so that you can take them down easily, it'll save you time in redoing the braids and putting the braids in, and it also will make these braids easy to wash. And that's another thing I love about this low manipulation style, braids in particular, because you can wash these without worrying about your hair tangling. So now you see that I've taken down this braid, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate the pieces of hair with my fingers, just using my fingers to just gently separate the hair. And what will happen is, as I'm separating this hair, that any shed hair that needs to come out, it can just come out. But no other hair needs to come out. I'm not combing the hair. I did receive a little bit of shed hair. And then I simply just replait the hair. Just rebraid that section of hair. And you see I did not use a comb. I didn't apply any product to it as I did it. My hair was not wet. It was dry. I find that if you just unbraid the dry hair and separate it with your fingers, it's fairly easy to remove the shed hair. And it doesn't need to be combed at all. It doesn't need to be brushed. But if you choose to brush and comb your hair, that's fine. But like I say, I think the key is just simply low manipulation. And if you do it less frequently, that will help you in your goal to maintain your length. All right, take care.